Hi, everybody. I'm Jamie from My Greatest Love, and I'm really excited because today we're actually venturing out on video. This is our first video, and this month we've been talking about health and fitness, trying to meet those New Year's resolutions. So today I invited the person that I know and respect for health and fitness advice, Rebekah Marcano, to talk to us today a little bit about health and fitness and how we can make those goals this year. Hey, Rebekah.
Hi.
So,
Thank you for having me, Jamie.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So I know Rebekah from salsa dancing many years ago, and we still dance.
Yes, we do.
We still do.
High heels for life.
Like I say, salsa
Yes.
for life,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So we met many years ago, and we both share the same passion of dancing. And I basically came to Rebekah probably about 5 years ago. I just was on this kick to want to get healthy and wanted to work on fitness, and so I got into running. I did a marathon and I did 2 half marathons, which I was very proud of. But after that, I really kind of affected my body. It affected my body in a way that wasn't the best. And I didn't even know it until I came and showed up at Rebekah's doorstep. And I'm like, I was in so much pain and I didn't know it really was. So one of the things that Rebekah had showed me as a client was that fitness is not just about making a necessary goal, which is good. We should have those, like running a marathon. But it's also about like healing your body. And I never thought about that. I really push my body a little too hard, and I don't give it the time it needs to heal. And that's exactly what she did for me. It was like rehabilitation.
Yeah,
When we
absolutely.
met.
Yeah.
So you want to talk a little bit about the healing part?
Yeah,
of
I mean,
fitness?
we have these bodies that we're born with, and as an athlete, you might push yourself past the everyday norm of what a body could do. And when we're 10 and 12, that's great. And when we're 17 and 18, actually, it starts to change. And I myself have a background of gymnastics and running. And when I was 18, I couldn't walk up the stairs because my knees were in so much pain from abuse of the body, of doing too much and of not listening to my body. And so I started a practice of, going to the doctor and studying and learning, to give love to my joints, to not just be aesthetic. Like, am I running because I want to be skinny? Am I running because I want to run fast? Why am I running? Am I running because I feel euphoric when I run? Why am I running? And if I can't walk up the stairs at age 18, I'm doing too much. So it took me a couple years of rehab to learn how to walk, to learn how to stand, to learn how to move in a different way, and also to be kind to my body. Growing up doing gymnastics, I wasn't kind to my body. I would compare myself to Olympic gymnasts on TV and say I should weigh 108 pounds when my natural body weight was 130. And so I would diet, starve myself, exercise 3 hours a day, and I was mean to my body. I was not loving to my body. And so when I started to have a different relationship with my body and say, thank you feet, thank you knees, so that I can do these things, the gentle approach allowed me more. And learning how to move every day in a way to give gratitude to your body and to understand how to listen to your body actually allowed me to do more in my 20s and my 30s even.
Yeah, that was one thing that also you taught me when I was training with you, and I still do, is that it's about the attitude.
Yeah.
I was pushing and pushing and pushing, and I had this goal, and that's so typical of me, that I wanted to get there, and because I wasn't there, I was frustrated, and I was beating myself up.
Yeah, absolutely. There's this thought that we have to be sore. We have to tear the muscles down, and then they build back up. That works, I suppose, for some sports, but there are many other art forms, like Tai Chi and yoga and Pilates, where, aesthetically, a lot of those art forms of body movement work very pleasing to the cultural eye of being long and lean and trim. And the approach is not tear down. The approach is to notice where you are. What do your feet feel like on the ground? What does your rib cage feel like in relation to your hips? Is there more body weight on the right or the left side of the body? instead of saying, go, 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 do it one more. And so I definitely use those approaches in my fitness, as well as studying with integrative movement of, aligning the body and respecting. And it's not necessarily maxing out till you can't do one more. It might be just noticing how to turn on muscles in your body. Oh, they're turned on. Great. Let me keep going. Yeah. And I have to say, in my 30s, I have rarely been sore. There's not this, I can't walk up the stairs. I don't get sore. And, aesthetically pleasing for the American what's beautiful standard. I would say I look better in my 30s than in my teen years and my 20s. Mm-hmm. And, that's just my philosophy.
Yeah, no, and you show it.
Oh,
it looks great. So, yeah, no, and recently, I've had stomach issues, and I'm sharing that this month as we talk about nutrition and health. That's been one of my battles, and I feel like you taught me to focus on that part of my body. And by doing that, like, I recognized, because I thought because my stomach did hurt, I couldn't do ab work well. And so I was getting really frustrated that I wasn't getting results.
Yeah.
But when I took your advice, just like about, a few weeks ago, I started really, working on the healing part of my stomach. And for me, it was hard to know how to, like you said, move the movements, move the muscle. And so for me, I've been concentrating the last few weeks on moving the muscles in my lower abdomen.
Yeah, just turning them on.
And I have to say, I feel a change already.
Good.
I'm feeling, a lot more, it just feels healthier.
Yeah.
So I think too, for me, it was hard for me to learn how to turn that muscle on.
Yes.
Sometimes it's hard to concentrate on an area. Like my arms, it was very easy for me.
Right.
But my lower body,
absolutely,
it was hard.
Yeah.
And I had to really learn how to turn those muscles on.
Yeah. And actually, it might be not thinking. Sometimes we're so oh, I got to do it, and not even knowing what we're feeling. And we might even be talking to ourselves and saying, why is this way? What are you saying to yourself while you're working out is something I ask people. And if you can, maybe don't think anything. Maybe even touch the body part you want to work, and maybe just think, glute or hamstring or tricep, and maybe touch it. And don't think anything else, because sometimes there are other thoughts we're thinking, and they're kind of getting disruptive, and we're getting frustrated, and then we're infusing that into the workout. So just being gentle and kind, and gratitude, thank you, to the body, and taking the time every day to turn on everything, from head to toe. That would be what I would say to someone who's never worked out. Just take 5 minutes every day, from head to toe or toe to head, and turn on everything. Roll your ankles, roll your knees, your hips. Just move. If you have it, move it. Every day, whatever it is, just move it, and not favoring one side, but just doing that.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Thank you.
I mean, it's like a gift just to be able to move.
It is.
And I love that. You said that. And just getting up each day and being able to move, your joints is a blessing.
It is.
And
absolutely.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have this amazing positive body image. So have you always had that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Being in gymnastics and being raised with siblings and peers of different, aesthetics, I think I was probably in 4th grade when we got weighed in front of the whole class for gym. And I weighed 83 pounds. And everybody else weighed 70. Every other girl weighed 70 pounds. And so we stood there, and while I was the fastest runner, I could climb the ropes to the top. I could flip backwards. I can balance on a 4-inch balance beam and flip off. I felt not good enough because I weighed 10 pounds more than my peers. Now at this time, you would say, well, you were athletic, you were this, you were that. That devastated me. And from there, I really struggled with body image. I absolutely struggled with body image because I was comparing, and because other people were comparing. If I could do something for the next 20 years, maybe 50, I would be to go to that place of young people and and give that boost of we are all different, embrace what you have. We don't even weigh in gym class. How about that? Why are we weighing in gym class, you know? Yeah, get rid of that. I mean, they're faced with so much with Instagram and with this and with that. Why do we have to compare? So that put me on a really long journey of struggling. The more I struggled and the meaner I was to myself, the more my body rebelled. It took really embracing, and I will say potentially it took, maybe falling in love with a man who loved my body at 150 pounds. Not 110, I'm 5'3". And so when I fell in love with, a young man who said, you are beautiful. It still took a little bit of that for me to be like, oh, I don't have to be like super skinny to be beautiful. You like this? Like, okay. And then I looked through myself at a different lens, and became healthier and respectful to my body. And then I fell at a natural weight. In about 3 years, I went from 150 pounds to 123, which is where I kind of am now at 5'3", which a doctor even told me was overweight when I was, I think, 15. 123 was too much for my 15-year-old frame, and I should weigh 113. So again, we have this exterior. We're being told what we should weigh, how we should look. How do we deal with that? And so I dealt with that through loving myself, being loved back, being kind to my body, and accepting what I am. And then with pregnancy, I was blessed to be able to experience a beautiful, wonderful pregnancy, not thinking about just how I'm feeding myself, but how am I feeding my unborn child. Completely shifted my body image. And after I had him, I was so busy. We walked like 9 miles a day. I could care less about being thin. And then I was like 118 pounds, a little too thin, but not because I was trying, because I was enjoying my baby. Yeah. We walked the whole city, 9, 10 miles a day. We enjoyed life, and that's where I was. So instead of saying I have to weigh this, how about just enjoying life, respecting the body, and whatever you are is what you are. Yeah. How about that?
You totally answered that follow-up question. How you got to positive body image. And there's so much truth in what you said. It's always through the struggle. It's always through the struggle that makes you a better person.
Thank you.
And embracing who you are. Because the truth is, as we know with inner beauty, that is the gift to the world. You yourself. So I think that's awesome.
Oh, you're making me cry. That's beautiful too.
I think that's awesome that you were able to find that in your journey.
Thank you.
And it really comes across authentically, working with you, that you care about you care about your clients' intentions and wanting them to embrace who they are in their body image.
Thank you. I don't want anyone to feel, I respect that maybe because of my struggle, I'm able to help other people. And I accept that. And I don't want anyone to ever feel that way.
Yeah. No, I think that's beautiful. So now that we're talking about positive body image, so what are some advice that you have for us women who get that unwanted attention at the gym?
Yeah, the gym. So I am a big fan of the t-shirt, taking a sweater and like actually tying it around my waist. That's kind of like my go-to, just, okay, I'm wearing this, I'm going to take it off and tie it around my waist. And also the way you carry yourself, I think, is important. Like, I want to be stylish, and I want my fabric to feel good, and so it's going to be, at the gym, it's going to be fitted clothing. Yeah. It's going to be when I'm running and doing cardio, I prefer to wear shorts. And I think the way you carry yourself is really important. Someone can come by and be like, ooh, nice, you've got great calves, what do you do? I think how you carry yourself and how you respond is important. Yeah. Absolutely. And also, I like, putting a little cover up on. When I get to my station, I might take it off and then put it back on when I'm walking through. Yeah.
No, that's good advice. I think, the way you carry yourself says a lot.
Absolutely.
I remember my early gym days. Yes. It was a free-for-all. It just felt like, it almost felt like a club or like a meat market. I don't know how else to say it. Like, you go to the gym.
A runway, even. Like a runway. Yeah. Like a I've entered the gym! Does everybody see me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I didn't recognize till later that I controlled,
Yes.
you know, what I attracted.
Absolutely.
And so when I didn't engage in that anymore and just really focused on the why I was there,
Absolutely.
that helped eliminate a lot of crazy scenarios.
Absolutely. I mean, I could think, you know, I've worked in the gym for 20 years. Maybe I can count a handful of times where I've had to say to someone, you know, you're really being inappropriate.
Oh, wow.
You know, and
Yeah.
so I do think it's possibly the way I carried myself, but I'm also not afraid to say, you know, that's a little inappropriate.
Yeah.
And then, you know, no judgments, but you're making me uncomfortable.
So tell us, what is your ideal client and why?
My ideal client would be someone who is ready to make a change or ready to embrace and receive knowledge that I have, because I've been doing this a long time, in how to live their best self. You know, I've had people that say, oh, I want my thighs like 2 inches smaller and my butt like 1 inch higher. You know, potentially if it's too aesthetic, as far as like, this is exactly how I want to look, that doesn't work for my philosophy. It's more so, what makes you feel good? Do you feel good running? Do you feel good getting your heart rate up? Do you feel good stretching? And then from there, organically coming up with a workout for each person. So, you know, if people are going to come and say, I would like to lose weight, I'd like this, 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 that's fine. How do you feel in the morning? How do you feel at the end of the day? What is your day like? Are you getting enough sleep? And then from there, coming up with a program. So someone who's really interested in the holistic, whole life, you know, way of living better with this body that we're given. So my ideal client is someone who wants to feel better and make use of, you know, the best possible body while here on earth. You know, whether it's you're sitting at an office chair all day and you want to like feel good to have energy for your family when you get home, or you know, that you enjoy what it feels like to have that like adrenaline endorphin rush, and you want to do it in the safest way so you don't get injured for running a marathon. You know, whatever your, you know, goal is as far as that goes, and then to really work with it in a day-to-day way, because I can't fix you in, you know, 3 hours a week or 5 hours a week. You have the whole day to yourself after that. So someone who respects that and understands that, and potentially that's excited enough to like use those tools in their daily life, and not expecting like me to wave a magic wand and be like, there you go.
Yeah.
You know, someone who's realistic and grounded.
Well, that's our time for today. So thank you so much, Rebekah, for joining us and giving us your expertise on health and fitness. I think for, you know, as a conclusion, I heard you say that it's about being healthy.
Yes.
It's about having gratitude for who you are and where you are in your fitness journey. And I think we're going to have a second segment, so we'll have another video coming up in a couple of weeks where we're going to talk a little bit more about like the motivation behind working out, and why is it successful for one person and not another. Also looking at purpose of working out, which was a great question that you made me ask myself when we worked out. So stay tuned. Rebekah's information, she has a blog. You can contact her if you're interested in training with her. She also has great information on her blog and Instagram account. We'll link those in the bottom of this video. So make sure you check her out, and we'll see you around next time.